I need to know where the Batman haters are right now, because things just got so real. Mild sex and nudity? They're about to adapt the most iconic Batman panel ever. The Bat Slong. I just remember my mom watches these videos. Hello movie fans, thanks so much for clicking on episode Side Flick. My name is Chris. We've got some sweet little movie news here that's happened the past couple of days for us to dive into. Some of the things we're going to be discussing here today is reports of who will be playing the villain in Fast and Furious 10. We also have reports coming in that Joker 2 will begin filming next year, seeming like it's actually going to happen. Even an update on the Super Mario movie from the voice actor who plays Luigi, Charlie Day. That along with so much more. So many of you guys give me your opinions with everything we discuss here today, but without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into our first story. Alright, something here that happened right before the weekend hit that you guys wanted me to discuss. We got another official poster for the Netflix upcoming reboot sequel of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, this was a movie that was originally intended to release in theaters, but after the pandemic and other behind-the-scenes drama, they have decided to sell it to Netflix, where it'll be released on February 18th, in like 2 weeks or so. And with this first poster here, it actually kind of gives us a look at the new face that Leatherface will be donning in this movie, and I gotta say, it looks okay. I mean, Leatherface, because of the way he operates, has been one of those horror icons that has just remained very hard to look consistently in terms of appearance. But it seems like this is definitely after a moment that he skinned someone's face and decided to put the mask on. I think nothing will just ever be as iconic as the first couple of times he's done it. But one of the real things I want to talk about with this movie is why it bugs me sometimes that movies end up going to streaming, especially streaming services like Netflix, because here they are doing a terrible job of marketing this movie. Like I told you guys, this film comes out in 2 weeks. We barely have a teaser trailer and now this second poster. This is kind of like the beauty and downside of Netflix, because they don't even rely on marketing their movies anymore and just hope that word of mouth can make these things explode. Take a look at something like Squid Games that had little to no marketing, but it became one of the biggest shows on Netflix because people were just talking about it endlessly. I feel like in a weird way, Netflix saves money by not spending it on marketing, but having a bunch of people like me online say, yo, it's a new Texas Chainsaw movie coming in 2 weeks. Get hyped. So in that aspect, I did wish this Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie could feel more like an event or an exciting, like, ooh, it's coming, but I feel like it's literally gonna come and go. People will talk about it for 1 or 2 days when it's released on Netflix, and then it'll be forgotten. I'm still looking forward to check this movie out. I'm just a little hesitant on the quality. Either way, let me know what you guys think of this poster and the way Netflix is marketing the movie. Something else that was revealed right before the weekend hit is it looks like we have the villain for Fast and Furious 10. Now, you guys know, if you've been following the channel here, we've been talking about how the last 2 Fast and Furious movies, Fast and Furious 10 and 11, have kind of gone under some hot water ever since Vin Diesel and The Rock had this public dispute of Vin Diesel basically begging The Rock to be part of the last 2 movies and The Rock just saying no and no over and over again. With that in mind, that The Rock will be something severely missing in the last 2 movies, you gotta replace him with something good, and it looks like they found it. We have here Jason Momoa, currently in talks to play the villain in Fast and Furious 10. And I gotta be honest, it felt like a random choice for a little bit to throw in Jason Momoa in there, but really that's what the franchise has become, right? Is who are some of the most manly, muscle-bound men in Hollywood, and how can we throw them in to Fast and Furious? And Jason Momoa fits that profile, bearded and muscular up. I also feel like the man has a good look to be a villain, but I gotta admit, as far as this getting me excited and not involving The Rock, I don't know if it's really up there. There's not a lot of actors you can throw into this movie and I go, alright, I'm fine now that The Rock's not in here. Plus, not to mention the fact that Fast and Furious 9 was one of the first movies in a long time in the franchise that left me disappointed. I'm really hoping these next 2 movies knock it out of the park and they can end the franchise in a good way, but I gotta admit, they have a long way to go. So I think Jason Momoa could be a great addition to the family. I'm just not sure I'm excited to see him face off against John Cena and Vin Diesel the way I probably would have loved to have seen a John Cena and The Rock fight. But you guys let me know, how do you feel about Jason Momoa being entered into Fast and Furious 10? And are there any other actors you could see them throw in there for the next 2 movies? Moving on, talking about a movie we haven't had an update on in a while here, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We recently had James Gunn doing an interview and he gave us a bit of an update on what we can expect from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and it's kind of a sad one. In terms of the team that we'll see in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, he had this to say: "This is the end for us. This is the last time people will see this team of Guardians. I just want to be true to the characters, and I want to be true to the story. I want to give people the wrap-up they deserve for the story, so that is always a little bit scary. I'm doing my best." A lot of Marvel fans have taken that to mean that a couple or maybe one major character of the Guardians of the Galaxy team will die for Volume 3, and I feel like that is what's going to be going down in this movie, but who exactly could be the one to die? I'm sure a lot of you guys out there will have your own theory and your own reasoning, but I think there's two people that stand out to me, a part of this team that will end up dying for this film. And to me, it comes down to the character of Nebula or Drax. I feel like the main reason it might be one of these two characters is because their story and arc in the MCU kind of completed with Thanos dying. Drax because Thanos was the one to give out the order that killed his family, and Nebula, of course, being raised by Thanos all her life and suffering that abuse and now being free from it. It almost feels like their purpose has been completed, and now it's time for them to make a noble sacrifice for their new family they adopted, the Guardians of the Galaxy. We'll just have to wait and see exactly who bites the dust, but other fan favorite suggestions are Rocket Raccoon, mainly because that would really hit you in the feelings if he went. Let me know what you guys think of James Gunn saying this will be one of the last times we see this group of the Guardians, and who do you think is dying? Staying a little bit in the comic book world, we are continuing to get reports that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is going to get a sequel, so much so that we have a report coming out from Heroic Hollywood that has been a reliable source, stating that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is set to begin filming in early 2023. Other details from the article here state that Warner Bros. Has received the first draft of the script, so they already have a story and know exactly what they're going to be doing. I'm going to be really curious to see what kind of story they've come up with for a Joker sequel, because every time we talk about this Joker sequel happening, we'll have fans out there who go ahead and comment down below, they don't need to make another movie. It was fine as one film. Why are they trying to touch it? And the answer is obvious. It made $1 billion. Of course, there's a lot of money to be made there, so they're gonna make another one, and I'm actually excited for it. For one reason, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker barely became the Joker for like the last 5-10 minutes of that movie. I would love to see me a Joker movie now where he's fully realized he's become the person he knows he's meant to be, and then we can have an entire movie of him being a menace to Gotham City. Other reason I want a sequel is because I stand by it. I think his version of the Joker is not really a threatening one to a Batman. Like, I was a fan of the Joker, and Joaquin Phoenix's performance was amazing, but also nothing about his version of the Joker let me know he could last 5 seconds in front of any version of Batman. Adam West could kick the butt of this Joker. For the sequel, I would really want them to focus on building his intelligence level, letting us know why he can be someone that can go toe-to-toe with Batman and maybe even defeat him. And that's the other thing there. Don't be afraid to throw Batman into the movie. The number one complaint I'll get from fans then is, what, Chris, didn't you see the movie? Batman was like 10 years old there, so by the time he becomes Batman, Joker's old. So what? When I say I want a Joker that can face up against Batman or go toe-to-toe with him, I don't mean literally have a little kung fu battle. I mean a battle of the minds, and Joker can be 60, 70 years old and still be a big threat and problem for Batman, because we've seen it in his first Joker movie. He's someone that can riot a mob, get a bunch of followers behind him, so he can have a bunch of young guys who can kick Batman's butt. I would love to see a Joker movie where we follow the perspective of the Joker up against the Batman, because Warner Brothers already has like 5 different live-action Batmans currently going on right now. What's adding one more? But again, that's just my opinion. I respect you guys who think they should have just done one movie. Let me know how you guys feel about Joker 2 happening and some of your theories about what they could do. One movie I'm super excited to find out way more about is this upcoming Illumination Super Mario animated movie. It is still set to come out at the end of this year, and we still know very little other than this unbelievable voice cast that they have. And in the back of my mind, it does seem kind of odd that we know so little, but it looks like it's being done on purpose, because we have here Charlie Day, the man who's going to be voicing Luigi. Perfect casting, I might add. Was recently doing an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, and he started talking about working on the movie, and well, I'm just going to play you some of those best moments.
I'm playing Luigi.
Luigi, yeah.
In fact, I just was recording that this morning, and I'd love to tell you all about it, but they are top secret with this stuff.
Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. This is serious stuff.
So have you read through the whole script?
I know nothing.
For real?
I know nothing. I show up and they're like, you say this and you say that, and it's all very funny and good. And then I walk out and there's like two guys in overalls with like hammers that are like, don't you tell nobody nothing about this, Charlie. I swear to God, we're gonna get your kneecaps, we're gonna break your neck.
If that clip alone does not excite you for Charlie Day's Luigi, I don't know what is, man. But a couple of things about his say. Charlie Day is obviously being very coy. He knows what's going to be going down in that Super Mario movie. You can't have every line of Luigi and not understand where the movie's going. This is just like an Andrew Garfield situation or any actor involved with Marvel where they've signed an NDA and they're just not allowed to reveal any details about the movie. And I do think it's kind of wild that Nintendo operates this way, that they want to keep things so secret and quiet. I know they're like that on the video game front, but the movies, I didn't think they'd be the same. Then again, not a lot of people remember or even know about this, that Netflix was working with Nintendo to make some of their projects come to life. But then when it leaked that Netflix was working on the Legend of Zelda series, Nintendo canceled it right away and stopped working with Netflix. I just really hope whatever they're cooking up here is gonna be worth it, because can you just imagine being so top secret and quiet about an animated movie that'll just end up having dabs and pop culture jokes like, Nintendo, you better be hiding something good from us. How are you guys feeling about the Super Mario movie and why Nintendo is being so top secret with it? But that is all the movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for spending the next couple of minutes watching me talk some movies. Don't be forgetting to leave your opinions down below. Follow me on my other social medias, on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.